Greetings, YouTube. I'll be doing a brief bargain video today because I actually need to get one of these items wrapped up and given away as a gift, so I want to get it filmed now. So we have some books. One is a book from my wife. It's about Frida Kahlo. My wife is a fan, and I paid less than the cover price is being shown there. Even on sale, I paid less than that. Then two books, which are The Making of a Monster, Vampires and Werewolves, Ancient Werewolves and Vampires, The Roots of the Teeth. Then we have Making of Monsters, Vampires, and Werewolves, Pop Monsters, the Modern Day Gaze for Vampires and Werewolves. So there's just some references. These are withdrawn, AML, do not return. These were library books apparently at one time. But I purchased them because they have potential use as inspiration for role-playing games. There will be reviews at some future date. Then we have a book about Billy Connolly, a comedian who I find entertaining. I was bad. I bought books today. Then we have Inconspicuous Consumption, an obsessive look at the stuff we take for granted, from the everyday to the obscure, which is things that you find in everyday life and the history behind them. Then we have This I Believe Too, the personal philosophies of remarkable men and women, which is a series of essays, 75 essays. So they're short essays, which is nice. So you'll be able to read that fairly quickly. Then we have Steve McQueen's Bullet with commentary track. We have Shaun of the Dead. I think there's a commentary track on this. Yes, plus uncensored commentary with cast and crew. Excellent. Then we have a film called Wolfhound, which just struck me for the cover. And it's like a barbarian story, so I think I could pick it up and watch it. Then we have the original Universal Soldier. I actually have... There's a sequel, Universal Soldier Redeemed or something like that, or another, which I've got, which I've never actually watched. I heard it's pretty decent, but I didn't have a copy of the original, which I happen to really enjoy, many years ago when it came out. And so I thought I'd check that one out. I believe there's a commentary track as well. We have a bit of gear today. We have an LED aluminum flashlight from Ozark Trail, and I've been really impressed with other Ozark Trail flashlights. And this is a 250 aluminum flashlight, and I picked this up for, I think, $11. It was on sale, and it already comes with batteries, so it's a pretty good deal. Then we have a large hanger. This is designed to hold bowls or plates, and I have a large bowl that I think this will accommodate, and that was only $2, so that works right there. Then we have a stamp of a ghost and an ink stamp and an ink pad, which I picked up for my wife so she could stamp things. She's got a Halloween thing going on there. Then we have a centaur, which I picked up on sale for $6 at Michael's. I thought it was interesting because I liked the actual shading and the armor, the barding, and such, and I liked the proportions of this one. He looked a little more believable in some ways, and I thought it was an unusual choice to arm him with a shield and a mace, which is kind of a traditional knight's accompaniment of armature, as opposed to what we often associate with centaurs as being, I've always associated like spears and bows. So that was kind of interesting. We have a small ceramic cup, which is done by an amateur. It's got its initials DW on the bottom, but it has kind of almost a Japanese Roku style, which I'm sure was probably not intentional, but it's actually fairly well done. The wall is consistent, it's not overly thick, and the person had some talent, or luck, one of the two, but I think I picked it up for $2. And then we have this piece, which is the wedding piece I'm going to be giving away as a wedding gift, which is a covered bowl, which has the stamp on the bottom of CAP, so it makes me think this is actually a professional piece, and it's quite nice. And one of the reasons I picked it up because it's quite nice, but it has this 6-pointed star on top, and one of the people in the couple is Jewish, so I thought that would be highly appropriate. I also got this for a steal. It was $5, which is awesome. And then we have a frog spear. I picked this up on sale at Modell's Sportings, I think it was, for $4.97, so less than $5. Yeah, but please ignore the cables in the background. My wife's work computer's in the office today. And I picked up this tool handle at a hardware store for $4.97, and the 2 screws I used were free. When I say the 2 screws were free, I don't just mean that I already had them so I didn't have to pay money for them again. But when I went to purchase these screws, they couldn't find the SKU, the SKU number, so they just gave them to me. So it gave me a packet of these screws, and I like them because they're black and they have this fake hand-hammered appearance, which means they fit in with a number of other types of things. My wife saw this and goes, she goes, I feel so bad for the frogs. And I said, don't worry, dear. I have no desires to ever stab a frog. I'm buying this for people. So I thought now I have a 5-pointed spear as part of my collection. But there you go, folks. This has been the bargain video for the week and for this particular weekend, and this is going to get packed up today. I have to go to Walmart and get a box and some tissue paper so I can wrap it up and make it look nice and take it to work and give it to one of my coworkers. So there you go. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend and maybe you got some bargains.